The most dangerous building in America. Inside the war on Planned Parenthood. Introduction. America is a nation deeply divided. Few issues exemplify this schism more starkly than the ongoing battle surrounding Planned Parenthood. This book delves into the complex history and present-day reality of this organization, exploring its controversial past, its vital role in reproductive health care, and the relentless political and often violent attacks it faces. It's a story not just about abortion, but about access to health care, eugenics, racial justice, and the ever-shifting landscape of American politics. It is a story about the most dangerous building in America, not because of anything inherently dangerous within its walls, but because of the dangerous forces arrayed against it. Chapter 1. A Legacy of Controversy. From Birth Control to Battleground. Margaret Sanger, a fiery advocate for birth control in the early 20th century, founded the American Birth Control League, a precursor to Planned Parenthood. Sanger's vision, however, was inextricably linked to the flawed and ultimately abhorrent ideology of eugenics. She believed in controlling procreation to prevent the birth of individuals she deemed unfit, a perspective that tragically aligned with the racist and classist biases of her time. Her Negro Project, aiming to control birth rates within the African American community, remains a deeply troubling stain on the organization's history. Her connections to figures like Dr. Ernst Rudin, who later contributed to Nazi Germany's sterilization laws, further darken this legacy. While the term eugenics fell from grace after World War II, the organization rebranded as Planned Parenthood in 1942, but the shadow of its origins continues to haunt its present. This chapter examines the uncomfortable truths of Planned Parenthood's early years and the ongoing debate about its historical context. Chapter 2. The Fight for Funding. A Political Battlefield. Planned Parenthood's annual federal funding exceeding $700 million has made it a prime target for political attacks. The constant calls to defund Planned Parenthood represent a core element of the culture wars. The organization is frequently framed by its opponents as a business prioritizing profit over patient well-being, a claim vehemently denied by Planned Parenthood. This chapter explores the intricate political battles fought over its funding, highlighting Supreme Court rulings that have both curtailed and preserved access to federal funds. It examines the legal strategies employed by both sides, the lobbying efforts, and the deep ideological divisions that fuel this ongoing conflict. The narrative includes the impact of Supreme Court decisions allowing states to exclude Planned Parenthood from Medicaid programs, dramatically reducing access to care for many low-income individuals. These legal battles are not just about money. They're about control over reproductive health care and access to essential services. Chapter 3. Beyond Abortion. The Scope of Services and the Accusations. While Planned Parenthood is undeniably the nation's largest abortion provider, reducing its services to abortion alone is a significant oversimplification. The organization offers a wide range of healthcare services including STI testing, cancer screenings, well-woman exams, birth control, pregnancy tests, family planning services, sexual assault consultations, and gender-affirming care. This breadth of services provides critical access to healthcare for millions, particularly those in underserved communities. However, these services have also become targets of intense criticism. Accusations range from the inhumane treatment of unborn children and the illegal sale of fetal tissue, claims repeatedly investigated and largely debunked, to accusations of providing harmful medical transition services to minors. This chapter carefully examines these accusations, presenting the evidence and counter-evidence, while highlighting the organization's commitment to providing comprehensive and non-judgmental healthcare. Chapter 4. The Front Lines. Violence, Threats, and the Culture Wars. The political battles surrounding Planned Parenthood have often spilled over into the realm of violence and intimidation. While the provided research lacks specific details on individual instances of violence, the constant stream of inflammatory rhetoric, large-scale protests, and the overarching goal of defunding paint a vivid picture of a climate conducive to threats and attacks against clinics and staff. This chapter explores this dangerous environment, examining the psychological toll on clinic workers and the chilling effect it has on access to care. It explores the links between anti-abortion rhetoric and actual acts of violence, highlighting the crucial role of protecting healthcare providers and patients. The chapter also examines the impact of the intense political polarization surrounding the issue on the daily lives of patients seeking care. Chapter 5. Personal Stories. faces and voices from the front lines. To humanize this complex debate, this chapter features personal stories. The narrative includes a 15-year-old girl who received compassionate care at Planned Parenthood, illustrating the organization's crucial role in providing healthcare for young people. It also includes the story of Lucky, a transgender individual who received both abortion and gender-affirming care at Planned Parenthood, highlighting the organization's inclusive approach and the intersection of reproductive and gender-affirming healthcare. These personal accounts offer a counterpoint to the often dehumanizing rhetoric that dominates the political debate, showcasing the human impact of the ongoing struggle over access to healthcare. Chapter 6: The Future of Planned Parenthood, a Continuing Struggle. The fight over Planned Parenthood is far from over. The legal battles, political maneuvering, and persistent threats demonstrate the deep-seated ideological divisions within American society. This concluding chapter considers the future of Planned Parenthood and its role in reproductive healthcare. It analyzes the potential consequences of continued defunding efforts, the impact on access to care in underserved communities, and the ongoing need for advocacy and support for reproductive rights. Ultimately, it is a call for a more nuanced and compassionate understanding of the issue, moving beyond the inflammatory rhetoric and focusing on the human lives affected by this ongoing struggle. Conclusion: Planned Parenthood is more than just a provider of healthcare. It is a symbol, a focal point in America's ongoing struggle over reproductive rights and access to healthcare. This book has attempted to shed light on the organization's multifaceted history and the intense political battles it faces. The reality is complex, encompassing both a controversial past and an essential present-day role. The "most dangerous building in America" label reflects not the building itself, but the dangerous climate of political polarization, misrepresentation, and violence that surrounds it. The fight for Planned Parenthood's future is a fight for access to healthcare for millions, and that fight continues.